We often look at a person freezing up under pressure or someone who pushes away intimacy and call it a personality flaw. We categorize these reactions as conscious choices or lapses in character. In reality, these are automatic survival protocols. They were written into the nervous system long before the brain developed the capacity to choose how to react to the world. Psychological trauma is an active, ongoing physical record trapped within the body. It dictates immediate reactions, daily choices, and even the way we perceive our own skin. This creates a difficult paradox. The exact mental strategies that kept a child safe are the same invisible forces sabotaging their adult life. To regain agency over our adult lives, we have to look at how our biology was programmed before we possess the tools to resist it. Between birth and age 12, the human brain functions like a sponge without a filter. It lacks the critical machinery needed to process or rationalize complex adult situations. When a child experiences environmental stress or neglect, they lack the logic to blame the environment. They assume the flaw is within themselves. They conclude, quite literally, that they are broken. This is the imprint. It's the moment emotional pain encodes as a core belief. When that stressor repeats, conditioning takes over. The imprint thickens into a hardwired pathway, becoming the subconscious baseline for how that person navigates existence. Childhood trauma is frequently a quiet, daily conditioning process, a lingering silence or a lack of attention. It builds a survival script so deep that it eventually becomes indistinguishable from a person's personality. These early scripts manifest in adulthood as 4 specific coping mechanisms. They operate entirely outside of conscious awareness, firing off before the logical brain can even intervene. Rejection trauma begins with a child who felt unseen. As an adult, they compulsively make themselves invisible in professional or social settings, believing that if they aren't noticed, they can't be hurt. Betrayal trauma stems from a violation of trust. The resulting adult becomes hyper-vigilant, viewing closeness as a threat and using extreme, isolating independence as their only form of defense. Abandonment trauma is born from the terror of early loss. It creates an adult who is a chronic, anxious people pleaser, convinced they must be indispensable to ensure they are never left alone. Finally, injustice trauma grows from an environment of constant criticism. This produces a rigid perfectionist, someone who believes that any mistake, no matter how small, makes them an inherently bad person. These profiles are all attempts to solve a childhood crisis that ended years ago. The nervous system remains on high alert, burning through energy to fight off a phantom threat. Recovery is difficult because conscious memories are often fragmented or missing. We might not remember the events that programmed us, making the why feel out of reach. However, the body maintains a perfectly accurate record. While the mind may forget, the sudden racing heart or the tightening of the throat is an uncorrupted signal from the past. Moving forward requires a system override, intercepting biological signals as they happen. Recognizing this pattern once served a purpose creates a vital pause between stimulus and response. By separating from that old identity, we integrate new behaviors, thickening this new pathway until it becomes dominant. While the brain likely retains the original trauma record, repeating this interception process drains the memory of its physiological power. Over time, the signal loses its ability to hijack the body's reactions. Recovery isn't about building a brand new person. It's a return to the self that was forced into hiding, finally feeling safe in one's own body.